Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. Up next we have Train, the 14th level in the main campaign, and it's quite a fun one. Very fast-paced score, lots of guards, and pretty linear. So Agent, you have to just, stop the train, rescue Natalia, and then exit safely. Then also, on Secret Agent you have to locate the Janus base. And on 00 Agent, you have to crack Boris's code. For C and D, that's all Natalia there. And it only really affects the very end of the level, which makes this one pretty frustrating and forces you to retry, because as the difficulty goes up, the length of time you have to escape and for Natalia to do all that gets a lot shorter. And there's a trick to give you a little extra time, but it's very hard to do. Alright. So, as we left off, Bond had boarded the train. And how this plays out in the movie is that Bond doesn't board the train from the depot. What he does is that he drives the tank to the depot to see that Ormarov has brought Natalia there, and he sees Xenia on top with them. And what happens after that is pretty hilarious. Somehow, James Bond, because he's Bond, manages to drive a tank ahead of the train and park it on the tracks in front of a tunnel, which causes the train to derail. So that's some freaking fast tank there. I mean, it did manage to keep up with them in the chase through St. Petersburg. Okay, so depending on the difficulty, if you shoot that box in the top, you'll get one of two guns. If it's Agent, you get the RCP-90, which makes this level super easy. Well, makes one aspect of it super easy, so I'll deal with that ending bit. If you put on Secret Agent, it's the DD-44 pistol, which isn't great in this level since all the guards have automatic weapons. And if you try to blow up the box on 00 Agent, you get nothing. So, yeah. This weapon is so overpowered. So, the reason behind that is that each weapon gives off a certain amount of damage. Most weapons give off 1 point of damage. This gun gives off, I believe, 1.8 or 1.6. And not only that, but it has a penetration bonus that could shoot through guards and doors and some boxes. And since a lot of the guards just line up down these train cars, it makes shooting through them quite easy. On top of that, it has an extra large magazine. The real-life counterpart, the FN P90, doesn't have a magazine that big. It has a magazine of 50 rounds. And that's what they originally had planned, but they put in the wrong hexadecimal. So the hexadecimal for that they put in was 50, which turned out the decimal for 80. So that's how you got this 80-round magazine. It's one of the most famously powerful guns in gaming. It's made a lot of lists. And it deserves to. Oh, this is kind of interesting. See, these doors are locked. But the thing is that sometimes guards are stationed in them, and how they pop out and when they pop out, I never found how the certainty is, because the guards, they don't all spawn the same way in this level. They kind of depend, like how the level loads. Oop. You have to be careful if the guards have colorful hats, because they have a bit more armor. It's also only the second level in the game that has a model for toilets, which I find fun. Nice chair here. So in those doors, in those little rooms, this side here, there's only two of them. They're just little beds. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never know when the guards are gonna pop out, however they're hiding sometimes, especially in this layer bit of the level. They'll just kind of eventually come out of rooms if you pass by them. It's easier to tell in like the in the earlier train cars because the guards are more certain to pop out early. So what let me just make sure I aim better so I don't kill Natalia by mistake. Also, I forgot to point this out earlier, but oh, nuts. Some of the doors in the cargo section made a different noise effect. They might have, so it might have been intended for them to have a different looking door, but they have the same kind of wooden doors that the rest of the train had, but they might have had a metal door to go along with that effect. I was playing this level on emulator recently, and it's so much harder to aim, so this section is a super pain. And it's much harder, of course, less time limit, but even with this generous agent level time limit, it's so hard to do because of how the controls are set up, and you have to get the aim right with the keyboard. So yeah, I just found out where they are. Okay. Then there are some guards over here that you can ignore, but oh, you see this door up here? In the movie, they have an escape helicopter, and they think they had planned. You can hear the helicopter, but you can't see it. But probably they had planned to show the helicopter pop up because there's an action block for a helicopter taking off that they don't have in the final version of this game. Train explodes. Yeah. Alright, so that was Train. And the end of the St. Petersburg-based missions. So join me next time when we head to Cuba and finish off the Janus Crime Syndicate and all their nefarious plans. Alright, see you around.